What's up everybody, this is Derek from Sit Stay Sober, and in this video we're gonna react to some dogs. YouTube's fucking crazy, so these people are nuts. Some of the stuff that I'm seeing is like, bro. So we're gonna react to it. We're gonna take a look, we're gonna see some of these people doing some of the dumbest shit ever, and maybe we'll throw in some stuff that's like, motherfucker was on something. But I figured I would just do some reactions and let's start watching some videos. First one is by Ryan Prater 4. Okay, I saw this video the other day, and this is kind of what made me want to do this. Clearly, this guy loves his dogs, and he knows his dogs. But I'm telling you, do not do what he does, okay? If you have a Rottweiler, he has a Rottweiler by the way. If you have a Rottweiler or a big fucking pit bull or a big King Corso and you see your dog behaving like this, do not do what he's doing, okay? I'm telling you, do not do this, okay? So let's watch the video and I'll put it up and we'll react to it together. So he's doing a nail trim, and this dog is snarling like crazy. And the Ryan kid is just like over his head. He's like over the dog's head while the dog is snarling. Again, he knows his dogs, and you can tell he loves his dogs, so it's not a criticism on whether he... That's not the thing we're talking about. Just something I see from dog body language here is that dog is showing that he's basically indicating he wants distance. He is not happy with his dad right now, and he's being very vocal. He's showing his teeth. He's got like the whale eye kind of going on. He's like licking his lips, right? Also snarling. His ears are pinned back, and these are warning signs that your dog is he's not happy. Okay, like he's trying to tell you like, I want distance. So he ends up clipping his dog's nails, and the whole time the dog is just like putting on that show. Yeah, I know.
Oh, you don't know him, he loves his dogs.
We know that. That's not the argument here. My argument is the people who are watching that and then they think that they're gonna just do that to their dog and ignore all of these signs, you're going to get bit. It's simple as that. You're going to get bit, and your dog in that state of mind, you can do some good training, very easy. It's gonna take a little while, but to where it's completely different, and you don't need to do that. Okay, you know, you take home a rescue dog, and you think, oh, I saw that video. He just, hey. If you got the job done, God bless, but there's no need to have your dog in that kind of state of mind to get stuff done when you can, you know, work with a trainer, or you can start learning about desensitization techniques and reconditioning, and you can completely change the whole experience for anybody. And it's like, I'm sorry, but if you took that dog to a groomer, you know, depending on the groomer, they might do it, but other ones are gonna be like, fuck off, we ain't touching your dog. And then your poor dog doesn't get groomed, right? So don't do that. So here's another video of him with his Rottweiler. And I get it. People are gonna say, "Oh, this is just how Rottweilers are." Fine, you know you're Rottweiler. You want to push the boundaries. God bless. Do it. You get bit. It's on you. I really just wanted to make this video so that when people see this, that they're not applying this to their dog. Okay, so he clearly loves his dog. Every breed has their quirks. But if you see your dog behaving like this, don't think because you saw this video that we're watching that this is probably your best course of action, okay? So he's on the bed. The dog is snarling about getting off the bed. And if your dog is like that, and you know he's like that, you're better off limiting his access to the bed, or if he does get to be able to go on the bed, you can try leashing him, so that when you do want to physically pull him off the bed, you're not grabbing his collar and then just your wrist and arm are right there for the taking. It's just very easy for them to go grab it, you know, so usually having a leash or limiting his access to the bed in the first place would probably be your better option. But, you know, man knows his dog. Got the dog off the bed. The second part is the one where I was like, bro. So he puts his dog in the crate, and his dog is, you know, growling and being pissy, right? But from what I'm seeing, the dog is displaying signs of nervousness, right? You know, like he's got the paw up, his ears are back, he's trying to break, you know, not do direct stare, and then the owner gets on all fours and is like a dog, you know, hovering over him face to face. And do not do that. Again, like, it's funny, like, to me this is it ends up being funny. Like, clearly this guy still has his dog, he loves his dog, you can tell that, but just sometimes some of these techniques is like, if you're seeing these techniques being done, you do not need to do this. If you're, you know, he's a young dude, yeah, and he's willing to be, you know, very assertive. If you're the freaking just like a soccer mom and you see that video and you're like telling your husband to get on all fours to do this, oh, I saw this on TikTok, like, your poor husband, you know, he's gonna get his fucking face munched. So yeah. So the dog ends up cowering or going down. Okay, so now the dog lays down and is, you know, still kind of like lip licking, like, right? Again, it's just kind of like a sign of stress, right? But then the guy does the old, who do you think you're talking to? In the dog's face. It's like, the dog is just kind of like put himself in a submissive gesture. He's kind of given up the battle, right? And then what do? Even more. You're just adding even more. Like, even that wasn't enough, you know? So, again, if you have your dog and they're doing stuff like this, there's much better approaches than what we kind of just saw. You can, like I said, having a leash on your dog in the house. We give like a thick leash that like you would go for walking. You know, usually like 1.5 inches wide, 3 to 6 feet long. They sell like those like little thin dainty puppy leashes for like toy cup breeds. get him 6 feet. It's like the length of a shoelace, you know, so the dog's not like tripping up. It's like it's very light, so you can have that on your dog. So when he jumps on the bed, you want him off, and he's being snarly or he's indicating to you and that he wants distance and that bed is his. If you leave, he's gonna learn like, oh, how do I maintain control of this bed? Putting on this big bravado and doing all these threatening gestures will let me keep access to this bed. So we don't want that, right? But going in and grabbing the dog and then pulling him off, it might work with some dogs, but there's probably much better approaches, especially when you start getting into like the guard breeds or like the power breeds. You know, dogs that can do some serious damage. You can go about it a different way. So again, I would have that thin leash. That way, if he does get on the bed and he starts displaying that, you want him off the bed because you don't want him to be rewarded for that kind of behavior. You're able to take that leash and pull him off. The other thing you can do is switch the deal that's going on, right? So like in his head, so what happens is if you just rip him off and you kick him out, in his mind, he just got robbed. Like he just had the comfiest place in the house, and now you're ripping him off. You just robbed him, right? So we can try to change that dynamic where we offer him a reward for listening, right? Like for getting off, right? So it's like, hey, you want to get off the bed? I have this. We can go do this. The bed's kind of lame. Why would you even want to be here? All the fun stuff's like over here. Okay. Well, he gets off the bed. Good boy. Boom. So that way the next time you guys are having this confrontation on the bed, he knows that he's not getting robbed, that there's actually like benefits to getting off the bed and not fighting over the bed. Then the other one was the crate. Like, let's say you do end up scolding your dog, or you're like doing dominant gestures over your dog. When the dog starts submitting, like that, your pressure brought them down. You don't need to keep putting more pressure. It's just, again, the dog is, it's like you know how it is being a kid. Alright, Mom, I'm sorry. Alright, Dad, I'm sorry. And then your parents won't stop bitching and moaning about the thing, you know, that you already said sorry for, or your girlfriend won't stop bitching about the thing you already said sorry for. And then finally you just get that, I said I was fucking sorry, shut the fuck up, that kind of a response. You don't want that. You don't want to be doing that to your dog, you know. And I've seen it happen where people will do like a submissive rollover, like they'll force it, and then the dog is just belly up, and the owner does kind of what he did, and then the second the owners go back for some more scolding, the dog arches up and tries to bite the owner, right? So just no need for it. And the crate can be a really good tool for you. So, you know, there's times where you can use it for a timeout, but it shouldn't be the only, like, it's his timeout box, because then you're losing access to a very beneficial tool for you and the dog. Yeah, I know. People in the comments are gonna be like, "Oh, you never owned a big dog." I've owned plenty of pit bulls. I've trained plenty of big dogs, and I used to do a lot of the dominating alpha theory type training, and then as I've become more and more into the world of dog training and dog behavior, I just realized, like, training dogs, like your toolkit as a dog trainer should be like a police officer. A lot of that stuff, at times, being assertive is a great tool. But it's like a police officer with a gun. Like, that gun is an amazing tool for certain situations, and you're gonna wish you knew how to use a gun when you needed it. But a police officer has a whole toolkit to use that will probably benefit most situations in a much better way than if he just pulls his gun out every single time. Like, you shouldn't be pulling your gun out for jaywalking. I'm sure a ticket or a verbal warning can get the job done, right? So it's kind of the same thing here. Is there's probably much better strategies than some of that, you know. So if your dogs are doing that kind of stuff, put it in the comments. Maybe we'll make a video on an action plan on how to deal with some of that. But until then, we'll see you in the next one.